Hi, my name is Tyvis Powell, former Ohio State Buckeye and national champion DB. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast. These guys was born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe to the show. Now pour up a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick. Get him, Joe.
What's up? Welcome into your Buckeye Rush Hour for Friday, September 6th, 2024. How's everybody doing? So I got a special show for you today. Trying to drum up a little interest, maybe get my channel kicked off YouTube, but hey, I'm here to entertain, if nothing else, right? So I've got some video clips for you of the offensive line from the Akron game. We're going to show some good, some bad, and a couple highlights on top of that. So we mostly are focusing on the offensive line, and I'm not an offensive line guru. I never played it. I played receiver in high school, so I can talk to that a little bit, somewhat, but and that was a long time ago too. So please pop in the chat, and let's see. Do I have a question? Oh yeah. Did the Buckeyes cover the 38.5? Is it 38.5 right now? The Buckeyes. I got 37.5. So do the Buckeyes cover the 37.5? Are you taking the Buckeyes or are you taking Western Michigan? Apologies for being a few minutes late. Had some work I had to take care of and got to make that paper, right? So sorry for the lateness. But let's get into it. Pop in the chat. Let me know what you think. Do the Buckeyes cover 37.5? All right. The over-under, by the way, is 54.5. So they're expecting some points out of Western Michigan. Surprising. I don't. I personally do not. I expect a shutout, as always, right? So, all right. Let's get into it here. So, again, I'm not an offensive line guru. Never going to pretend to be. But I do listen to people who played the position, and especially people like Jim Lachey. Ever heard of him? Buckeye, great. Played a long time in the NFL for the Washington Redskins. Yeah, the Redskins. So we all know Jim Lachey, right? Radio guy, does the Buckeye games with Paul Keels. So he had this awesome breakdown the other day on the radio that I caught. And I wrote everything down because it was amazing. So he was talking about the Akron game specifically. He said what he saw, for the most part, this is generally speaking, not drilling into one particular play, but generally from the O-line, he saw issues with the fundamentals in the Akron game on the O-line, high pad level. Again, offensive line, you want to keep your pad level low, not driving their feet, and not violent enough with their hands. So these are fundamentals that they practice all year round, he did Jim Lachey did this awesome breakdown of the point-by-point drive blocking technique. So this is how drive blocking works. You use drive blocking mostly in the run game, right? So drive blocking, number one, is when you're in your stance. So you're down in your 3-point stance, and you pick an aiming point. See where you're hitting. So if you're looking at a defensive tackle, choose like a shoulder, a hip. Choose a point and see what you're gonna hit. Right? Kind of like in baseball. See what, shit like that. But anyways, point number 2 is your first 2 steps are the key. So position step is your first step. That's 4 to 8 inches, depending on where the defender is lined up. So it can vary a little bit. So you pick your aiming spot, and depending on where that defender's lined up, you can adjust it 4 to 8 inches. Now, this is very, very specific technique stuff. I never knew this shit was that detailed. I thought you just lined up and smacked somebody. No. But anyway, so step 1 is your position step. And that depends on where the defender's lined up. Now, step 2 is your power step. That's where you're bringing your second leg, whether it's left, right, doesn't matter. So he said that they were taught, and most people were taught, to drive your knee through the defender's crotch and stay low. Now, you're never going to hit him in the crotch. I mean, that's ultimately the goal, but nobody's just going to stand still there and let you knee him in the nuts, right? So, so that's the first 2 steps: position, first step, and then your second step, you're bringing the power. So you're pushing off, coming with that second leg. Now, he also talked about, as part of drive blocking, vertical leverage. Keep your elbows inside so you can raise the defender up. Because once he gets lifted off the ground, he doesn't have a solid base. You can move, do whatever you want, do the cha-cha, throw him on his back, whatever you want to do. But so vertical leverage, you want to keep your elbows inside, grab them by the chest plate, by the pads, ideally. Grab them by the nipples if you can. I don't know. It seems difficult, but so you got to be violent with those hands when you grab a hold of that defender and drive into the backside knee. So say his weight is on his left leg. You want to drive towards that right leg, right? And then again, you want to drive your legs and feet. So the more you move your legs and feet, it seems like you're going to create more power and directional change, Now, Jim Lachey went on to say the drills that they use, and these drills are still in existence. I see these things being used, are the chutes. It's like, let me see if I can pull up a photo. I should have had a chute. If you played football, I know you know what that means, but it's intended to keep the guys low. Let me try and pull this up real quick without getting too annoying. Yeah. Let me upload this. Sorry for the delay. If you're listening on podcast, this must be awesome. Just freaking awesome. Sorry. Okay. There you go. That's a chute. So it's just basically pipes that are intended to keep the players low when at the snap of the ball, the coach says go, or they snap the ball, and you're supposed to drive forward through that chute from one end to the other, staying low. The goal is to keep your pads low. So that's one thing they can do to to teach that pad level issue. Now, the other thing is to work on driving your feet. Use the sled. You've seen those old style sleds with, like, some have 3 pads, some have 1 pads. They're like in the shape of a person kind of, and then the coach is on the back of the sleds, like whipping them and shit. No, but so the sled is used to drive your feet. Obviously it's going to build up strength in your lower body because you're pushing a lot of weight. So those are the 2 drills that they use to correct these techniques. And Jim Lachey went on. So that's your drive blocking lesson for the day. You're welcome. Lachey also went on to say that when you're out in space as an offensive lineman, hit somebody. I saw multiple times where Carson Hinsman was in there for a couple snaps for Tegra, and he would pull and then not hit anybody. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You got to freaking hit somebody. You're not just out here doing cardio, So, and he also talked about the counter plays, the pin and pulls. Those are popular, run plays now, the pin and pulls. But he did point out that one highlight was in pass protection. The Buckeyes allowed 0 sacks for the first time since 2022. So we'll take that. So awesome lesson by Jim Lachey. And who else would you listen to, honestly? If I'm a player, I would listen to him before I listen to Justin Fry. But regardless, so let's get into some plays here that I have queued up. Back. All right. So we're going to finish with a couple of highlights, but let's start off here with this one. I'm going to loop them continuously so you can see these things. Okay. So this is what do they call this one? I can't read. I need glasses. Same side. This is inside zone to the same side. The tailback's lined up. So tailback Quinshawn is on the left. All right. Now, let me pause it there. Okay. So you see Howard. He's going up to the line of scrimmage, given the play, and now look at so you got Severeld at 67. He's the left guard. Then you got Seth McLaughlin, the center, that he just snapped the ball, 56. He's starting to go in motion, kind of pulling almost like a guard would from the right to the left. Then you got Josh Fryer and Tegra on the backside. So the play's going left. Look at McLaughlin. He's out there. He's your lead blocker, the center. Guy's good. And whack. Takes his guy, spins him around, does a little do-si-do, and Quinshawn's off to the races there for a big gainer. I'll let it go again here a couple times. I know YouTube is going to ding me for this. They're probably going to demonetize my channel and shit, so I don't make much money off of it anyway, so do what you will. Yeah. Severeld taking his guy for a ride to the right, taking that D tackle. Then Josh Simmons, everybody's just crashing down. Tight end out there was Jelani, it looked like, just spinning his guy out to the left. Creates a massive hole. Watch. See Jelani on the left, number 15? He's got a 10-yard run before he meets up with the linebacker. That guy's screwed anyways. He never had a chance. Watch one more time. Hit me in the chat if you want me to pull one of these back up again. So, yeah, great play. So that's what you're supposed to do. Let's see what do we have here next. Okay. This is a pin and pull, an example of that. Again, this is another good play, but I'm going to pause it and get a good look at who's in here. Let me see if I can stretch this out. It's hard to see. There we go. Okay. Play it. Where's the play button? There we go. One second. All right. Try that. Okay. So you see the pull, you've got two guards in motion. Actually, it's a center and the guard. Center and left guard in motion there. Bang. Trey slips on the turf as usual. I don't know why that dude's always slipping. See if I can zoom in a little bit closer. Yeah. I know I'm not talking a lot, but so you got center snaps the ball, goes in motion, pulling along with the left guard, Saraveld. See Jelani, the tight end, spins his guy inside. Where's Jimmy Simmons? Where did he go? Where's Simmons? Okay, he crashes down to the right. So it should have been a much bigger play, but it was a good play. Backside, nobody really needs to do anything. Josh Fryer is just dancing with a guy. Yeah, Tiger is just grabbing a dude. But at the point of attack there, again, you got the center. He makes that play. Watch the center. McLaughlin. See, he's head up with that linebacker. Bang. Probably could have hit him a little harder, but good play anyways. Should have been a much bigger play. Trey's got to get longer cleats or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, let's go to the next one here. Pause that. Okay. This is a big play by Trey. I'll let it play a couple times so you can see what's happening here. Right off the center's butt. Okay. So you got Tegra, the right guard, right in that A gap between him and McLaughlin. Watch. Bang. Right off the center's butt. Trey takes it. Stiff arm. So you got Simmons and Saraveld. Looks like, were they double teaming there? Kind of looked like they were double teaming. I'll bring it back. Yeah. So they work on that left D tackle. And, yeah, Saraveld kind of just stands up. McLaughlin gets a little chip on that D tackle, then goes up to the second level, smacks the middle linebacker. You got Fryer turning his guy to the right, to the outside, and backside, you got everybody jammed up there. Nobody's making a tackle from the backside. Let's look at some perimeter blocking on this one. Look at that. You got Emeka taking his guy inside. He was never in the play. Good job by Emeka. Yeah. Linebackers. Yeah, linebackers were never in that play. Excellent play. Okay. Let me know if you need me to run one of these back. Next up, I got another one I need to zoom in on. Okay, this is the touchdown to Carnell. So watch, you got play action there. Stuck the ball in. I think it was that Trey or Quinchon. I can't see the freaking number. That helps. Play it. Play it. Come on, play it. Sorry. Okay, got a man in motion there. That's Emeka from the outside. Play action. That was Quinchon on the play action. Tate just does a basic curl, and nobody can catch him. Pretty easy. Let's see, you got four wides there. Is that Jelani in the slot? Closest? Yeah, that was Jelani down at the bottom of the screen doing a quick out. Did have a defender in Will's face there. That was a good, tough throw. See who got beat on that one. Center. McLaughlin let the guy come right up the gut. That's the guy that gets the hand up right in Will's face. Up at the top of the screen, looks like you got a Mecca doing a square in. Jeremiah down the field, just jogging around. Yep. Boom. Carnell Tate, man. He's got some speed. All right. We'll let that one go. We'll pull up another one here, get it ready. This one I'm definitely going to get dinged on. This is TV version. Okay. This is another example of a pin and pull. Big one to Trey. So look, let's back it up just a sec. You got both your guards pulling to the right. Now, one thing to notice here, this is the short side of the field into the boundary. So check out the guards, left guard and right guard pulling. And you got Carnell Tate behind them at the top. He's behind them. Bang, bang, 2 pancakes, and Tate gets his hands on the safety just to get him out of the way for a minute. Watch this again. Watch Saraveld and Tegra get going here. But Carnell Tate at the top of the formation here, he is a key blocker in this because it's his job to take out any support coming up from the secondary. So you got bang, bang, and Tate. That's how you're supposed to do it. That's a perfect play. Imagine if you run that to the wide side. Still be running. But yeah. Let's see. Let's look at the tight ends who are in on that play. Looks like you got 2 tight ends down at the bottom of the screen. Looks like Kazmarek and G. Scott. G takes his man in. Kazmarek didn't do much. Looks like he just went inside. Yeah, Kazmarek goes inside. Looks like he's going after a linebacker. Yeah, he looks like he's going after the Mike. Gets him. But then the pulling guards clean up the other guys. It's a nice play. So these are some of the things that Chip is bringing to the table. Some different kind of details, nuances to the run game. Okay, let's get another one queued up here. This is a pass play. This is a fake inside zone. Pass, yeah, inside zone with the backside RPO. So they don't give us much time to look at the formation here. Let's pause it. So the formation, let's see. I can't see numbers. It's too far away. Anyway, you got 3 wides. Who is that? Yeah, Emeka was lined up just off the tight end's butt, right there in the kind of a H-back position. And it's just a quick read, Emeka does a quick little jab step like he's coming across the formation. But no, it's a trick. He goes back to the outside to the flat because he sees that defender leaving his area over here. Yeah, easy pitch and catch. That's easy 10 yards right there. You take that all day. Everybody's look at all the receivers up at the top of the screen. They're setting up. They're blocking. They're setting up their men to block. Down at the bottom, Carnell is just kind of hanging out, punching somebody. So yeah, watch. Those receivers aren't even trying to block. This is a focus on getting Emeka the ball in space, obviously, and getting yards. Love that play. More of that. Okay, I got one more for you. And then we'll get ready for this game. Okay. This is the touchdown to JJ. Was that any good? Yeah, just grip it and rip it. You got trips to the left. And this is off play action, of course. So trips to the left. Here comes Jelani in motion to make the trips. Trey's in the back. Play action. Turn. Fire. Bang. Lucky that safety wasn't any. Yeah, that safety wasn't any taller there, but might have been a line. Yeah, that was a linebacker. Dropping. Oh, right over your head. Bang. Done. Good protection. Everybody else was kind of covered. Wasn't really anybody open on the strong side of the field here, over here on the left. But JJ set his guy up. Never had a freaking chance. Never had a chance. He could have just jogged into the end zone and waited for the ball. Bang. Class A chit. All right. So, how'd you like that? Hope it's worth it because I'm probably going to get my ass kicked from YouTube. Anyway, a little out of sorts. I went straight from working on stuff right into the show, so still kind of getting my bearings. Apologies. All right, so let's start with the comments. Billy's up first. What up? What up with you, Billy? How are you? Not a lot. Again, sorry for being a few minutes late. I haven't even had a chance to have a snack this afternoon. I'm starving. Billy says, we cover if we score a tutty on the first drive. Okay. So the first drive is a bearer of things to come. I like it. Sounds good. I think we cover, honestly. The over-under might be in jeopardy. I know Western Michigan's supposed to be much better than Akron, and that's fine. They probably are. But I'm not too intimidated by these guys. I mean, seriously. I think Phil Steele had them picked like fourth or fifth in the MAC. They got some all-conference players, but again, it's the freaking MAC. It's not like it's, all-conference SEC types or something, So I like your prediction, Billy. Steven, what's up? Steven says, hey, everybody. Steven says, Billy, afraid to make a prediction this week after my horrible attempt last week. What was your prediction last week, Steven? I don't remember it. I could go find it, but I can't right now. Billy says, seeing Jelani block well is a good sign. I agree. All the tight ends blocked around 60 on the PFF grades. That's doing your job. So they definitely need to amp it up and, step up their blocking. But, hey, man, I'll take it. It's better than it was last year. And hopefully they just continue to improve week by week, But it is a good sign, especially for him, not getting that many snaps last year. He took the red shirt and all that. I was going to look up and see who led in snaps on these guys. Offense, tight ends. Okay, so Kazmarek had 20 snaps on offense. G. Scott 19. Jelani 18. So that's legit. Bennett Christian had 9. So they're trying to get everybody in there into action. Even Patrick Gerd had 5. So You had 5 tight ends in there. So yeah, they're trying to at least make it a 3-headed monster, right? With 20 to 18 to 20 snaps here between Jelani, Kazmarek, and G. So just a matter of who's going to take their snaps and make something out of it. Jelani graded out a 69.5. That's good. Pass blocking. He was only pass blocking once, but run blocking, he was a 60.8. That's where you got to get stronger, Jelani. Kazmarek, 67.5. That's good in the run blocking. G. Scott, 72. That's probably his best run blocking grade ever, I would think. Hey, folks, as you're coming through the door, please hit the like button. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Ski. Billy says, go for it. Steven says 42-6. Okay, I like it. That's a good, solid, hearty W. I want the shutout, though. I really want the shutout. A shutout. Not feeling good about my shutouts. Billy, me and you are alone in the shutout boat. Billy goes 42-0. Love it. 6 TDs. Steven says, shutout, huh? Yeah. My 4 shutouts this season is not looking good. Not feeling good about it. I don't know. Anyway. That's right, Billy. We do need one. You and I both need this shutout more than anything in the world. Billy says, great film breakdown, Joe. Hope YouTube lets you continue. Me too. Keep the coppers off my back. Oh, Steven, you had 63-0 last week. You weren't far off. About 10 points, but yeah. I could not believe that they had 2 drives of 40-plus yards, 10 plays to get those field goals, man. That pissed me off. That sucked. But we were all in it together. Badass Buckeye, what's up, Bab? Western Kentucky was beating Wisconsin 14-13 in the fourth quarter. That's an excellent point. Western Michigan gave Whiskey a little bit of a scare, but how good is Wisconsin? That's the question, Looking at the team stats here of that game, Western Michigan didn't do a lot. I mean, they only had 13 first downs, 261 total yards. But yeah, Wisconsin put up 15 in that fourth quarter to make it look like a little bit of a going away situation. Buckley, the sophomore running back, had 2 touchdowns, just 64 yards though on the ground. Wolf, he's the senior quarterback, 141 and a pick, no touchdowns. So, yeah, they got a lot of running backs. You got one guy had a carry for 26. You got another dude 5 carries for 22. Abdus Salam. Okay. Yeah. Receivers. Leading receiver had 2 catches for 45. The running back, Buckley, also had a catch for 24. But yeah, there's nothing impressive with these guys. And it looks like they like to turn the ball over with the pick. You also had a fumble here by one of the running backs, Deshaun Bussell. On defense, yeah, they just had 5 TFLs, 1 sack, 6 passes batted down. So, yeah, I'm not too intimidated by this team at all. I think the shutout is definitely in play. There's no doubt about it. Night game in the shoe. It's going to be rocking. Everybody's going to be lubed up, going nuts, berserker. I'm not seeing anything that worries me about this team. Billy says, interesting point someone made is that the O-line's first game is usually their worst, even if the line is experienced. That's a fair point. Yeah, they say that a lot. You do your most growing from week 1 to week 2. So hopefully that's true. Billy says that seemed more a whiskey thing than a WMU thing. Bad. I I kind of agree. I'm not expecting much from Wisconsin this year. Their team win total for this season was like just 6.5. So I'm not expecting much out of them. Looking at the rest of Whiskey's schedule, they got South Dakota coming up this weekend. Then they got Bama coming in town. That sounds like a problem. Then they go to USC. That sounds like a problem if USC can play a little D. Then they got Purdue. Rutgers could be a problem at Rutgers. Northwestern. Then Penn State comes to town. Then at Iowa. Then home against Oregon. At Nebraska. Yeah, Luke is in for a rough freaking day. Does not look good for this season for Lukey. Hate to see it. Gotcha, Bab. All good. Michael, what's up, Michael? Good to see you. 49-9. 3 field goals? Are you kidding me, Pam? Damn it. Hate field goals. Hate giving up field goals. Billy says TVD didn't even try to throw the ball downfield. Yeah, I know. I don't know if he can. Can he? Can he throw the ball downfield? He had a nice 5.3 yard average. Western Michigan's quarterback had a 7.8. Jesus. Running backs. Wisconsin did what they do. They put up like 200 yards rushing. Malusi, who's a Tawi Walker, Cade Yakimelli, and Tyler Van Dyke got loose. He had 8 carries, just 21 yards and a touch. So, yeah, pretty balanced there for Wisconsin. Almost 200 passing and rushing. So that's nice. Of course, Tyler Van Dyke doing what he does, fumbling the ball, but did not have an interception. Also did not throw a touchdown. TVD doing TVD stuff. So, yeah. Let's check around, see if we're getting any action. We are live on Twitter and Instagram. Want everybody to know that. I know you guys that are on the YouTube don't care, but just keeping an eye out in case anybody has any comments. How about you guys want to talk about this Texas and Michigan game? Cheaters, Texas going up north. It's going to be a good one. We can talk about that for a bit. Let's see. That's a nice nooner. I like that at noon. And then figure out what to do in between there. There's not anything great at 3:30. Iowa State, Baylor, Utah. Not a lot to look at. Florida A&M going down to South Florida. South Florida at Bama. So, yeah. But, yeah, this Texas game, this looks like a good one. I really like Quinn Ewers calling the Cheaters the team up north still. So, yeah. I think Michigan's in big, big trouble. Right now, I got a 7-point spread. I got the Longhorns at 6.5 a few days ago, so happy about that. Over under just 42.5. So this Michigan defense is going to keep them in the game. The big question is, can they score? Can the Michigan defense score? They might need a couple of those pick sixes from Will Johnson and everybody else too. Billy says Hudson Card was 24-25. It's a nice day, right? He's going to be a good one. Steven asks if Simon is back. They're calling Cody Simon and Donovan Jackson day to day. I would be surprised if you see either one of them. Just give them the week off and give them next week off with the bye. Give them 3 weeks off in a row. And why risk it? You don't need them to beat Western Michigan. So, oops. Billy says, I don't watch the cheaters until the game. Oh, wow. Why is that, Billy? So, yeah, it's kind of hard to know what you got with Texas. They did lose their top running back before the season started, but they beat up on a garbage Colorado State team. I don't know what to take from that. They're never good. Um, their quarterback threw for 59 yards, for Christ's sake. They ran for 118 as a team. Meanwhile, Quinn Ewers is throwing for 260, 3 touchdowns. Did have a pick, though. The running attack, I think that's going to be key in this Michigan game. You got Jarrett Gibson, 10 carries, 67 yards last week and a touch. Then you got Jaden Blue, 11 carries, 57 yards, and no touchdowns. So that's kind of your two-headed monster in the backfield. But I don't know. I don't know what to think from these guys. You got to handle that Michigan defensive front first and foremost. That has to be priority one, man. You got to shut those D tackles down. And then their defensive ends are good too, So receivers, you got Wingo, Bond, Jonte Cook. They got plenty of quality receivers here that can produce, And Will Johnson can only take one guy out. He can't take out 2 or 3 receivers. So, it's going to leave the slot corner over somebody. He's probably going to get worked. So it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one here for the cheaters. But I'll let you know when I give a shit. Billy says, if not Steven, excited to see Arvell get a lot of snaps. Yeah, I'll take that. He really came out of nowhere, didn't he? Was not expecting to see him really flash a lot and play a lot last week. So, yeah, Arvell's going to be a good one. I love these athletic linebackers. No slight to Tommy and Steele. You always have to preface anytime you talk about linebackers. And then the guys we got coming in, TJ Alford, Riley Pettyjohn. These guys are loaded with talent, fast as hell. These guys are like big safeties. They're so fast, Can't wait to see them. Blaze says because they're cheaters. Okay, I get it. It's fair enough. Steven says, Billy, we may see Sonny at Mike and CJ at Will again. I think you will. Yeah. But how quickly do they rotate in? Get Arvell in there, right? How quickly does that happen? That's always the case. I can't wait to see these guys back-to-back games. You got to just give CJ one job, kill the quarterback. That's it. So yeah, we'll see how these guys divvy up the snaps and stuff. I was going to check that too. I was going to check defensive snaps at linebacker. Last week, you had Sonny Styles leading the way with 55. Then C.J. Hicks had 33. He only pass rushed on 3 snaps. C.J. only had 3 pass rush snaps, 17 in coverage. Let's see. Arvell Reese had 32, so right there with C.J. Hicks as far as the number of snaps. And he had 2 pass rush snaps. Gabe Powers had 5. Peyton Pierce had 5. So those are your linebackers. It makes sense that Sonny led the way as the Mike. He's got to get everybody lined up. So, yeah, I would venture to guess a similar kind of ratio there. Sonny leading the way with the most snaps, then CJ and Arvell kind of splitting up the rest at the will. Or no, um, Arvell coming in for Sonny at the mic occasionally. But you could stick Arvell at the will. I'd like to see that. See what happens. Billy says they say Arvell can handle the mic, then Sonny can play Will. Sure, yeah. Then how many snaps do you give to CJ? You know, do you just bring him in as a third linebacker occasionally? Or do you bring him in on passing downs? So he can go after the quarterback, and then you're bringing in the rushman package typically on third and long. You know, so you got an extra D end on the field. You pull one of the tackles off. If you bring an extra linebacker on, you got to pull Jordan Hancock off. So it's kind of a give and take here. Every time you bring somebody in to play another position, you got to take somebody off, of course. Billy says, "Unleash CJ." All right. Hey, I'm all for it. Unleash him. Oh man. I was going to check on these here cheaters and their offensive grades last week. Their O line, yeah, their run blocking grades on their O line are not good. You got a tackle at 62, guard at 66.5, tackle at 72, a guard at 66.6, and the center is down here at 61.8. That's nothing like what they're used to. Pass blocking, similar. You got a 60, a 61, a 66, a 62, and a 72. Miles Hinton, he's probably got the most experience. He graded out a 72, but let's check their pressures. Pass blocking, pressures. They allowed 7 pressures last week. Their tackle, I assume it's their right tackle, Evan Link, allowed 2. And then El Hadi allowed a sack. So they just don't have a quarterback in Ann Arbor. They do not have a quarterback. So anyway, oh boy. Yeah, we'll see how these video breakdowns go over. That's why I had to stop doing them last year because they busted my balls. Not very friendly, the YouTubes. Jerks. So we got a night game. 7:30 should be pretty crazy. How about Kate Stover talking about the cheaters? Was that yesterday, I think? That was funny. Not saying that they stole signs, saying that they stole practice footage. That's wow. Wowie wooey. Oh, what's my prediction? Pain. I'm sticking with my prediction from Sunday night. 52-0. That's it. That's the list. I feel good about it. Oh wait. Yeah, 52-0. That's right. Sean had 56-0. Jeff had 48-0. So everybody looking for that shutout. Yeah. I think this defense is just too nasty, And now they got a game on tape. They can see where they made some mistakes, maybe, allowed a couple of long drives, not super long, but 10 play, 40 to 50 yard drives. Can't have that. So They got stuff to build on, just like everybody across the team. You guys improvements to make. So I would expect to see a much tighter defense. Um, Still going to be crazy, emotional. Lathan Ransom getting fired up, getting them going, and just got to clean up a few things, a few little things here and there. So yeah, I feel good about it. So yeah, feeling good in the neighborhood. Anyway, well, if you guys don't have anything else, I'm going to hit the road. I got to go pour a drink. I'm getting very hungry too. So let me check Instagram, see if anybody's in. No comments here. Okay. And let's check Twitter. Nope. No comments. All right. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. Please hit like and subscribe as usual. And thank you, Stephen. I owe to you, Stephen. And we'll talk to you guys later. Go Bucks.